here's how we're going to make our volcano today. Remember, every volcano at its base, right down here, has a reservoir of magma, okay? That is really important. And it has a conduit where the magma goes up, and then right at the top, it has a vent, okay? And that's where the explosion comes out, okay? Now, all around it, we need a mountain like this, okay? And we're going to make that with a pop bottle, which I'll grab. So here's our pop bottles. So here's our pop bottle. It's going to be the magma chamber, okay? And all around here, we're going to, I was originally going to do this with tin foil and dirt, but what happened over the break that gave us 2 days of staying at home? What happened over the break?
Oh, well, it snowed, and so it probably got the
Yeah. So we're actually going to use snow instead of dirt and tin foil, because snow, you know, if we use tin foil, it's a resource that we have to use and it's taking up energy. So what we're going to do is you're going to go outside and we're going to find our places. I'm going to tell you where Japan's going to be. I'm going to tell you where Indonesia's going to be, where Alaska, Hawaii, all these different places. Hey, Zach, eyes up here, bud. And we're going to spread out and we're going to put these on the ground and we're going to pack snow around them so just this little top is sticking out. So you've created a mountain, right? Can you imagine that? All this snow coming all the way down to here. We're going to create a mountain, and what we're going to do is we're going to use baking soda and vinegar as magma. Who here's ever done baking soda and vinegar?
Are we just going to make volcanoes, or will some people just going to be islands, and some people just going to be the volcanoes?
Great question. Thanks for clarifying that. You're going to be in teams of 2, because to do this experiment, you need 2 people, and you'll see why. And actually, could you put those right up here, bud? Those are going to be our holders for baking soda and vinegar. So you're going to be in teams of 2, and each team is going to be their own volcano, okay, on a different part of the ring of fire. And once you have your volcano built in the snow, so if you imagine this right here is the volcano, and if you could imagine all this was snow. I didn't bring snow in, but let's say I built it all up, that's all snow. We're also going to need what's called a funnel to pour stuff in, and we're gonna make it out of this. So I want, could I only need every other person to have one? So if you have a piece of paper, you should also have a piece of tape. Okay, so if you could look up here real quick. If you're next to somebody with paper and tape, can you help them? I want to show you. I want you to hold it the long way. Thank you. I want you to hold it the long way. Hold it up just like I'm doing. Hey, Jade, guys, we're in group, okay? So I want you to hold it like this. And what you're going to do is you're going to fold in the edges so it kind of folds over like this. And you want to make a little hole in the bottom. You want to think it's got to be a hole small enough to fit in there, okay? And then all you have to do is tape it shut, like that. Ta-da! And you have your funnel. What you're going to do is you're going to use this to actually pour your baking soda in first and then your vinegar. Now, how is this different than a real volcano? How is this? Now, there's a bunch of ways, right? What's some ways this is different than a real volcano? Dakota.
It's very much smaller.
It's way smaller, right?
And there's no magma.
First off, there's no magma, and it's way smaller.
And this magma would melt the snow around it anyways?
It would melt the snow. I'm hoping we'll get it to blow some of the snow out of the way like a real volcano. But how is it different? There's one big, I like that, Aiden. Ethan.
I forget.
Where does the magma come from in a real volcano? Where does the magma come from in a real volcano, Sierra?
Heat and pressure.
Heat and pressure? Does it come from the bottom or the top? It comes from the bottom. We're putting it in first. Real volcanoes don't have stuff put into the top and then come out. They come out from underneath, right? So there are some things that are different about a real volcano and a real ring of fire. So here's what we're going to do. I first need some students who can carry stuff because we're going to go outside.